step in balancing an equation is first identify the number of atoms on both sides of the equation. So if our chemical equation is Mg plus O2 yields MgO, we're going to find the number of atoms on both sides of the equation. So we will write here the chemical symbol of the reactants. We have Mg, and then we also have oxygen. So we'll start with this side of the reactants. We will find the number of atoms. For Mg, since there is no number, that is automatic equal to 1. Then for oxygen, we have a subscript 2, so the number of atoms is equal to 2. And then for this side, the product side, we'll also identify the number of atoms. So for magnesium, there's no number, that is 1. Then for oxygen, there's no number, so that is also equal to 1. So at this point, we already identified the initial number of atoms on both sides of the equation. 1 magnesium for the reactant, 2 oxygen atoms for the reactant, and then for this side, the product side, 1 magnesium since there's no number, and then 1 oxygen since there's no subscript also. Okay, if the equation is not balanced, so we're going to balance it by first identifying the number of atoms in the reactant side and the number of atoms in the product side. So initially, we already identified the number of atoms for this. Magnesium for the reactant, we have 1 atom, and then for oxygen, we have 2 atoms. And then for the product side, we have 1 magnesium atom since there's no subscript, and 1 oxygen atom since there's no subscript. So this is the initial number of atoms. So basically, it's not balanced. So what we will do is to balance the equation. So on the blanks, before the chemical symbol and chemical formula, that is where you are going to write your numerical coefficient in order to balance the equation. So I will write 2 for this side, and since this is a formula of the product, I'm going to distribute this coefficient to Mg and to O. So 2 times 1 for Mg, that will give you 2, and then 2 times 1 for oxygen, that will give you also 2. Now for this side, the reactant side, we already have 2 oxygen atoms, so we will just simply write 2. And in order to balance this, we need 2 magnesium atoms for the reactant. So I will write 2 here, because 2 times 1 will give us a 2. So we have now a balanced equation, 2 magnesium atoms here and 2 magnesium atoms here, 2 oxygen atoms here and 2 oxygen atoms here. So our balanced equation is 2 magnesium atoms plus oxygen yields 2 magnesium oxide.